I'm opposed to Enbridge because of the pipeline, because of the tar sands, and because of just the out of control greed of the Harper government.
And what do you think of the hearings happening right now?
I think that I've been concerned about the whole process of the hearings. The fact that we weren't really told when they were going to be, how many people was required to make an official hearing process. And today, I think seeing this hearing and seeing the hereditary chief speak, I think it is a necessary part of a process of a democracy. And I've been so concerned that our right to speak and our right to, it hasn't really been acknowledged.
And can you tell me more about the pipeline and do you have opposition to it?
The pipeline actually, when it goes through the channel at Decker Lake, it's right where I grew up. My home is right within a canoe. You'd be there and paddling very quickly. So it becomes very personal. The fact that this is going to go underground, it's going to go into the water, potentially the water source of Decker Lake and Burns Lake, where I grew up right there. So I know the wildlife there, and I feel it's been a beautiful spot for me growing up. My concern for Enbridge as a company is to hear the different citizens and how they make their pipelines, and following environmental protocol that they actually don't follow protocol very well. And the other thing is when they do have oil spills, just to see how they've responded to oil spills. And I'm very alarmed about that. So the fact that you can understand that there's going to be errors and delays, but the fact that they haven't even really accommodated people's health concerns, the way they've done the Michigan, Kalamazoo River, really alarmed me. So I'm very opposed to Enbridge's actions and how they, as a company, and the tar sands themselves, the expansion that they're proposing doesn't make any sense. I'm very concerned about the tar sands effluent. I'm always worried about water, and so the key thing here seems to be the water. And just thinking about water is for me a really critical concern. And then when we talk about the salmon and the connection to the nations here, it's a very, very important point that's right against the river there. So that kind of pipeline, the fact that it's going threatening salmon, that's a huge issue for me, for our livelihood, for the connections with the First Peoples here, and just for the Harper government to be pushing something to just saying that it's going to happen before even this process starts is very alarming. So I'm still really concerned about the democracy of this process.